again. In the last video, we spent a few minutes working on warm-ups. Make sure you do those before any of the exercises that you are going to be doing for Taekwondo. We spent a few minutes working on stretches. Again, things to do after you warm up. And we spent a few minutes talking about different exercises, techniques, things you could be doing at home to be working on Taekwondo, of course. Today, we're going to be spending 20 minutes talking about patterns. Mrs. Hanson is going to spend the first 10 minutes working for the little kids, the 2 to 6 year old range that she's known for teaching. Then I'm going to be spending a few minutes talking about things you can do for patterns for the rest of us.
Keep in mind though that just because I'm gearing it towards the smaller age group, it is applicable for everybody, white belts and gold belts as well. So make sure that you pay attention to the first 10 minutes because it may give you some ideas on how to work on your exercises and your basic patterns as well.
I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but one of our neighbors is doing some construction in their backyard, so it might get a little noisy. We apologize for that. And of course, you guys met Zelda in our last video. She's standing at the back door anxiously trying to get out here and play with us. So if you hear her barking, well, try to ignore her. This is the cost of doing Taekwondo at home, unfortunately. So we're going to start. I'm going to turn the space we have over to Mrs. Hanson and Mr. Hanson. I'm sure you can see the blue mats that we're standing on. You don't need mats to do this. But in a backyard like ours, if you can't see, there's bricks all the way around us for paths that we've made. We're on a patio that isn't level from the original construction. Stuff all around us, it just helps us out.
If
so,
you do have sticks,
if
you do have sticks in your backyard, be sure to at least have some form of protection on your feet, so shoes.
All right. So what we're going to talk about today is ways, if you're small or if you're a white belt or a gold belt, ways that you can work on your basic patterns at home. And I will give mom and dad hints as to how to break up, because this is what I like to call the hard stuff when we work on this in class. So ways to give you guys breaks, like brain breaks in between. So you can use at home are things like masking tape. If you feel like putting stuff on your floor, this is similar to like the dots that I use at Taekwondo, but what I'm going to use today is like a piece of cloth or a rag, just to give you a mark or give your kids a mark to be able to like do their patterns at home. So we'll start with right 4 direction punch. Okay, so as always, we put our dot on the floor. We're going to pick up our left foot. We're going to put it on the dot. Okay, you're going to pick up your right foot. You're going to put it on the floor. Make sure on your right 4 direction punch that you're punching with your right hand. Your left hand's on your waist. We're going to take that step forward and we're going to punch. And then we're going to turn to our left. We're going to take a giant step backwards. We're going to touch our ear, do our low block. And we're going to step forward. Again, step forward with your right foot, punch with your right hand. Make your turn. Pick up your right foot, step backwards, low block. Step forward, punch. One more turn to the left. Pick up your right foot. Take a step back with your right foot. Low block with your left hand. Step forward, punch. And then you can go back to Jimmy. So if you look, my rag, it spins very nicely. Okay? And then you can do the same thing on the left side. You're picking up your right foot, put it on your dot or on your rag. Pick up your left foot, put it on the floor. You're punching with your right, turning to the left. Right? Punch with your left. You're turning to the right. Step backwards, low block. Step forward, punch with your left hand. Turn, pick up that left foot. Step backwards, low block. Step forward, punch. Turn, make your turn to the right one more time. Step backwards with your left foot, low block with your right hand. Step forward, punch. Okay, so I know when I'm teaching that you get antsy. So what I like to do is break it up. Okay? So what we're going to do, Mr. Hansen's going to be my example. Okay? He's going to squat down like a frog. Okay, and he's going to do 10 frog jumps in place. Ready, go.
I am. How many was that?
10. I don't know. Keep going. Okay, so we add a little bit of fun. Then we go back and we do our pattern again. When you're practicing at home, I'd like to see, you know, do right and left and then do something fun. Do your right and then do something fun. So make sure you're changing it up. Things you can do your frog hops. You can stand on one leg. You can do front kicks. You can do your punches. So you can break up the patterns, make it a little bit easier. So if you're doing, and you can do the same thing with right four direction block. So make sure when you're going to step backwards, so make sure on your four directions blocks that you're stepping backwards. And your right foot is still moving. So if you're doing right four direction block, your right foot's still moving. Then you're going to step forward and do your middle block. Then you're going to do your turn, low block with the knife hand. Step forward, middle block. Keep making your turn. Step back, low block with the knife hand. Step forward, middle block. Turn one more time. Low block with the knife hand. Step forward, middle block. Okay? Then do your left side. So we're stepping backwards with our left foot now. Low block with the knife hand. Step forward, middle block. Low block with the knife hand. Step forward, middle block. Make sure you're always stepping backwards with that left foot on left four direction block. Step forward, middle block. Turn one more time. Low block with the knife hand. Step forward, middle block. Okay? Then again, we're going to do something fun. Okay? Or something fast. He's going to run in place for 10 seconds. And you can practice your counting. Hana, do, set, net, tasit, yasit, agap, yadu, ahop, yo. Okay. So, the last one we're going to work on is chunji, and this applies to pretty much any patterns that you're going to do. So the first way you can do it is just regular. If you have enough space in your house or in your backyard, you can just do chunji regular. So doing your low block and your punch, low block, punch, low block, punch, low block, punch. Then we're going to switch to our middle block, punch, middle block, punch, middle block, punch, middle block, punch, 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 and then we say chunji, chunbi. Then we do something fun. Okay, I like 10, hop on one leg 10 times. Ready? Pick a leg.
Okay.
Ready? Go. Hana, dual, set, net, tasit, yasit, agap, yadu, ahop, yo. Switch your feet. Hana, dual, set, net, tasit, yasit, agap, yadu, ahop, yo. Okay, so this is where we're going to use Mr. Hansen. So he's going to do chunji, but he's going to do it a little bit different. And you can do your four directions this way too. So he's going to start out and he's going to do a low block. Okay, then instead of stepping forwards and punching, he's going to jump into a walking stance and punch. So we just did that in place. Then he's going to do a low block. Okay, but then he's not going to step. He's going to jump into his next low block. Okay, then he's going to jump into his punch.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Okay, then he's going to jump into his low block. And then he's going to punch. Okay, so he's going to finish chunji that way. Okay, this gives you a good workout. Oh, he stepped. Okay, so this lets you do your patterns in place if you can't jump. Punch,
Go.
punch, punch.
Chunji.
Okay, so if you cannot jump, so like I can't jump, okay, so I do my low block and then I switch my feet and punch. And then I turn and I do my low block and I switch my feet and punch. So that's if you can't jump. Okay, so those are just some ideas. And then same thing on right forward direction punch. Okay, so he's gonna step forward punch and then he's gonna jump into his low block. Step forward, yep. So he's jumping to do his turns. So that's if you don't have a lot of space. So hopefully that gives you ideas, my littles, as well as our big students, some ideas on how to do your basic patterns at home. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Mr. Hansen, and he's going to finish with the big people patterns. And also for my littles, the stuff that he teaches, he's telling you to do for the big people. You can do this with your little guys as well.
Take one.
Okay.
Okay.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Okay, so obviously for the younger kids, their stances aren't very big, so one of the first things you have to make sure you do, make sure you have plenty of space, okay? I've used these mats for a very long time, so I know that most patterns I can do on a 9 mat surface, which is basically 9 foot by 9 foot. Most patterns you can do this way. You can turn them at angles. You can, well, you can do them facing any direction. At least you should be able to, right, guys? So, first things first. Mrs. Hansen, with the basic exercises, right and left forward direction punch, right and left forward direction block, right and left forward direction thrust. Perfect way to warm up and get you just a little bit moving. Find the center of your space. One of the things she was talking about is using spots on the floor. Remember, every pattern starts and ends in the same spot. The forward direction exercises, if you can't stay on the same spot with these, maybe you should start reviewing them and glue your foot to the floor. Okay, so making sure that everything you do has a nice snap to it, making sure it has power, good stances. Never cheat your stances, not unless you have no other option. Okay, so I'm not going to cover the exercises Mrs. Hansen did. We're going to take a step up. One of my favorite things is making sure I can return to my spot. If you had a sand pit that was nice and level, standing in the middle of it, you've got 2 footprints. You should land on those footprints every single time you do a pattern. I'm going to take a big jump. I'm going to start with Wanyo. Okay? Making sure again, my feet are where they're supposed to be. My hands are where they're supposed to be. Left hand covering the right hand. Making sure each technique I'm doing has the best sine wave and power that I can produce at the moment. Hopefully you have better balance than what I'm showing at the moment. Making sure crosses. I know you guys love the crosses. We'll cover those in another video. Making sure technique and stance ends at the same time, every single time. Ponyo, as much as possible. Now, that's just doing patterns like normal. Mr. Hansen, stand right here in the middle, please. Kind of far back. We'll take another step up.
Go back.
No. Go even higher. Let's see Junggun.
Sir?
Me? Sicha. Now, again, doing patterns like normal is always a good thing. However, Mr. Hansen, put on. Start over, please. Everybody loves this exercise.
Metronome.
A metronome. Okay? These are tools that you can get for free. Now comes an important one. To the metronome, please. Sicha. Again, making sure your technique stops when the metronome makes it sound. Don't cheat. Still need power, crosses, stances. Okay? Making sure that you practice consistently so that you know the pattern, so that you know the pace of the techniques. Mr. Hansen's a little off on some of these, as you can see. It's all right. We all have our things to work on.
You're good.
So, he has things to work on with pace. That's all right. All right. Thank you, Mr. Hansen. Okay. Metronome, being able to do your patterns quickly, being able to do them slowly. That particular beat, if you're watching the time on the bar at the bottom of the video, is about 40 beats per minute. That is normal Taekwondo pace. Okay. Other things you could do for patterns while you're stuck in your backyard, stuck inside the house, okay, gets into some of the exercises that Mrs. Hansen was showing. Okay, but one of my personal favorites is a chair. Removing your legs when you have limited space. Okay, you have a seat. Okay, so we'll take another step up. We'll jump to Warang in this case. Okay, the red belt pattern. Starting off sitting, good posture, as best as you can. Obviously you're not using your legs, you're not turning, so no using swivel chairs, that's cheating. Okay, so palm strike, punch, punch. Alright, and twin forearm block, upward punch, sliding fixed stance punch, vertical stance downward strike with the knife hand, high punch, low block, punch, palm to fore fist, lead leg middle side kick, that's where you can cheat, knife hand strike, punch, punch, okay, so on and so forth. I'm not going to show you everything because, well, we're trying to keep these videos a little on the short side. So, Ms. Hansen, if you would please step over there.
Yep.
Okay.
3.5.
So, the next part, when you find the space, you've practiced it without your arms, hands, grabbing your belt, in your back pockets, whatever you have. And I'll show this one, Mr. Hansen. Thank you. All right. And starting off doing the same pattern, okay? Pushing block, punch, punch. This is actually a lot harder than you think just because you're missing your hands, so your pace is going to be off. Okay? Twin forearm block, upward punch, sliding fixed stance punch, downward strike with the knife hand, punch, low block, nice hip snap. My stance is a little messed up. Like I said, we all have our things to work on. Punch, palm to fore fist, lead leg middle side kick, L stance knife hand strike, punch, punch. Again, the whole pattern, no hands. Getting your feet to do the work. Okay? Now, one of my big things that I like to pick on, get your book out. Go online, print your patterns out, read them. For all of you guys who have heard me talk about it, now's the time, one of the best times, to learn how to read the patterns. Okay? Mr. Hansen, stand right here in the middle, please. We're going to scroll this all the way back to Chunji just to make it simple. Okay? The instructions in the book will start off saying parallel ready stance facing D. Well, D is the direction that you start off facing. Okay? Then it will tell you an instruction moving the left foot towards B, turning towards B, landing, it won't say landing, but ending in a left walking stance toward B, executing a low outward side outer forearm block with the left arm. Moving the right foot towards B into a walking stance, a right walking stance, middle punch with the right arm towards B, so on and so forth. Now's the time to learn how to read those, and it's not that difficult. If you have a room, you have a backyard that you could put little sticks with the letters A, B, C, and D on them. Okay, you have your diagram in the instructions. Use them. Okay, and you can post them. Okay, go ahead and relax, Mr. Jensen. You have a post here that says B, a post here that says A, a post here for D, a post here for C, so on and so forth. Okay, follow the instructions. Okay, I hope this helps. Guys, give us your videos. We want to see you guys still practicing Taekwondo like you're seeing us at the moment. Okay? We want to hear from you. Give us your email addresses. Subscribe to the videos in YouTube, Instagram. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm not the social media person. That's this one right here.
When you're looking, we have Facebook, Instagram. Just made a Twitter account as well. Look it up under Maumsin Young TKD, MAUMSINYONG TKD. So now we're on all the social media platforms. So find us all there. Find us on all those social media platforms. And again, emails would be great. You can reach us via the website www.maumsinyoung-tkd.com.
And we'll put all this in the description. So
Just remember, everything that we've always taught in Taekwondo applies. Courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. If it's important in class and only in class, then it's just not important. It has to be done everywhere. We're living together. Me and Mrs. Hanson, we've been married for 20 years now, but
21.
you know, the truth is, even after that long, you just can't sit there next to that same person every hour of every day. Okay? Remember what you learn in Taekwondo, apply it everywhere. When you have to go grocery shopping, when you have to just get out of the house and go walking around, to be honest, this social distancing stuff shouldn't be that hard for any true Taekwondoist. It's something that we would do anyways, just to help make other people a little more comfortable. So, things to keep in mind.
and guys, if you see that your park is like dead, you guys can go to the park and do this stuff too.
Yes,
I mean-
open spaces, you are allowed to train in the park. Mr. Hanson is absolutely correct. Just keep in mind distance, right?
And if you guys really want to, you guys should try to do it around a dog. It's fun.
All right. I hope this helps. Let us know what you guys think. Ask us questions, a million questions, guys. That's what we're here for. Be safe, have fun, and keep practicing.
We'll see you
Taekwondo.
again soon. Taekwondo.
Really? Wow, didn't know that.
I know, right?